start doing that. Okay, so well, let's see, I guess it was in November of last year, we had a workshop on dealing with Lightroom Classic catalogs. And one of the subset discussions was how to, um, when you're out on a trip or, out of the house, where you're working on your laptop, how to what's the best practice for transferring images from your laptop to your main catalog on your desktop if that's your workflow. A lot of people have this kind of a scenario. I do this myself. I find it to be very how to say it. It gives me a lot of comfort that when I am out and about, on a trip or whatever, I can make a set of backups to everything that I shoot. Basically, what I do is I take my images at the end of the day from my cards. I import them into Lightroom. I take advantage of Lightroom's built-in make a second copy to up here in the upper right-hand corner to at the same time that I'm importing, it goes to an external drive. And then throughout the trip, I just keep on shooting with new cards. So I basically have 3 copies of everything: the card, the laptop hard drive, and an external hard drive. Once I get back home, I now and on the road I can do editing and do just work on my pictures, on my images. I take advantage of Lightroom's publishing service, and I connect directly to SmugMug, my SmugMug page. This is something we can talk about later on, but this is my workflow. So I have my laptop connected to SmugMug. I have a desktop connected to SmugMug. What I want to do is I want to take all these images and bring them into my desktop catalog. So what you can do, what Lightroom allows you to do, is to select whatever you want out of your laptop catalog and export it as a catalog. So I got 3 images here that this was the outreach group here meeting a month or so ago, a couple months ago, and I got 3 images. Let's see. One thing I can show you is I think I did some little bit of editing. I did some cropping and adjusted the exposure and stuff. So they're edits that are in the catalog with these images. So in essence, all I have to do is make a selection, come over here to File, and this works on both Windows and Mac, and we want to export as a catalog. Out of here, what I do is I take it and put it into an external drive. I've created a folder called an export folder, and I give it a new name, test export. Before I hit the save button, I make sure that these little boxes down here are checked off, and that is to include the negative file, which are the raw files, and any available previews that I may have generated. So when I do that, it goes through and creates that file, and we can take a look at it in the export folder, test export. So what happens is that a new catalog is created, and out of this file here, the same file structure is kept, and there are the actual original images. So when I get back to my desktop, I take my hard drive and I switch over to my desktop. So in this case, what I'm going to do, because I'm just doing everything on the laptop, I'm going to open up a different catalog on the laptop, and then I'm going to import what I just exported out of the laptop catalog. So when Lightroom comes back, I'm ready to import that catalog. So what I do is this is now a different catalog. This is sample catalog. I should have called it desktop catalog. Now I come over here and I import from another catalog. So file, import from another catalog. At that point, I go looking for that external drive and folder where it exists and find that exported catalog. I import it. It's going to ask me what I want to do with it, and I can, at this point, keep the images where they are in the external drive, or I can actually copy them to where I normally keep my anything on my desktop, and that's a separate drive. In my case, I have. So let's see. We'll put it here. Photography, Lightroom. Let's see. Let's put a photography, and let's make it a new folder. Just call it new folder. So at that point, I import, and it now becomes integrated in part of my desktop catalog, and it'll tell you all the stats about the import, the number of things that you imported, and then where it is. So it is over here in the photography 2025, keeping the same structure as I had before. If you go to the develop module, you'll see that the individual pictures, images, will actually have the edits that went into them that I did on the laptop. So that's pretty much it. It's not really so rocket science. It's a lot of capability Lightroom has built in. And so, somebody said that she was advised that using a laptop on a trip was not a good idea, to do something else. And I just didn't understand that, because if anything, you have full control of everything. And should something happen to the laptop, or anything blows up on you, you got the originals in a couple different spots that you can kind of recreate everything. So that's pretty much it.